The geopolitical landscape of the Middle East has reached a critical inflection point as Iran faces an unprecedented internal crisis that threatens the very foundation of its economy. 2 months ago, in a dramatic act of retaliation following the deaths of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and high-ranking officials during the joint U.S. Israeli operations, Tehran closed the Strait of Hormuz. By cutting off 20% of the global oil supply, the largest disruption in the market history, Iran aimed to leverage global energy dependency to halt military pressure. However, as of late April 2026, evidence suggests that the weaponized strait is now acting as a noose around the Iranian regime's own neck. According to the latest data from research firm Kpler, Iran is rapidly drowning in its own crude oil. The U.S. naval blockade initiated by the Trump administration in response to the closure has proven remarkably effective. Not a single tanker from Iran's notorious Ghost Fleet, that shadow web of vessels that has historically smuggled oil to China, has successfully evaded the naval perimeter since the blockade began. Consequently, Iran's crude exports have plummeted from 1.85 million barrels a day in March to a mere 567,000 barrels today, a catastrophic 70% free fall. The physical reality on the ground is even more dire. Reports indicate that Iran has enough unused storage capacity for just 12 to 22 more days. Once these tanks are full, Tehran will be forced to shut in its oil wells, potentially cutting daily output by another 1.5 million barrels by midday. Shutting down an oil well is not a simple mechanical pause. It risks permanent pressure, damage to reservoirs that could take billions of dollars and decades to repair. Desperate to buy time, Tehran has begun reactivating idle abandoned tankers to serve as floating storage, effectively turning its southern coastline at Kag Island into a massive, stagnant parking lot for unsellable crude. While Iran is currently surviving on a financial airbag, payments from oil sold back in February that are only now being settled, that cash flow is set to dry up by June due to the 4-month settlement lag in oil trading. The regime is feeling the squeeze of a slow-acting poison. This fiscal and financial pressure explains Iran's latest diplomatic overture, an offer to reopen the strait and end the war in exchange for a delay on the nuclear question. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has characterized Tehran's latest speech as better than past offers, yet Washington remains unmoved. The U.S. strategy appears focused on maintaining the blockade until the internal pressure forces a total Iranian capitulation. For the first time in decades, the Strait of Hormuz is not a tool of Iranian leverage, but a ticking time bomb for its own industry. Iran no longer needs the strait open to project power, it needs it open to breathe. If the blockade holds through midday, the regime may be forced to dismantle its own economic engine simply to prevent its wells from rupturing. This is no longer a battle of missiles, but a battle of storage capacity, and Iran is running out of the room. Thank you for watching The Global Observer. I am your host, Linda Gali.